Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to talk about one of the most fundamental but often confusing topics in JavaScript, and these are prototypes and proto. So by the end of this video you will clearly understand what prototypes are, what the difference between prototype and proto, and some real examples to solidify your knowledge. So let's jump into it. So what is a prototype? In JavaScript, every function except arrow functions like this get a special property called prototype. Think of prototype as a blueprint or a shared storage place for methods and properties that you want all objects created by that function to share. For example, we have created a function here, and as I discussed, this will automatically get this prototype property. Now using this, we are adding this say hello method on this function's prototype. Now we have created two objects, and these both objects can access this say hello method. So instead of each object having its own copy of the function say hello lives in the prototype of person function. So basically, let's suppose you have created a class named person, and that class have a method which is say hello. But now when you will create an instance of that class using new, in your memory you will have actually two functions with the same name, means copy of that function. But when you create this method using prototype, these both object will use the same copy. They will not create separate copies, so it will save your memory. Now let's talk about what is proto. Every object in JavaScript has a hidden property called prototype. The double underscore proto accessor lets us see and interact with that hidden property. Let's see to this example. Here the dog object doesn't have a make sound method on itself, but when we call dog.makeSound, JavaScript see this method is not available to its object, but then it's checked this method in its prototype, and yes, make sound function is available to the prototype, and it's easily called that method. So now animal.prototype have a method named make sound. So when you create object to the animal and you want to see its proto, you can see that both will be equal to each other. So next, let's talk about difference between prototype and proto. So this is where most beginners get confused, so listen carefully. Prototype is a property of constructor functions. It's where you define shared methods. As in the previous example, we create a method, and that method was shareable between multiple objects. On the other hand, proto is a property of objects. You can see that we are calling this property on our object C1 that we have created here. It points to the prototype of the constructor function that created that object. So basically this points to the prototype of the constructor function, which is our car function. Okay, so in this example, basically car.prototype is a blueprint, but when we create C1 object, its C1.proto points to the car.prototype. So that's why these both are equal to each other. So that's the connection between them. So here is the summary what we have learned in this video. Let's quickly recap. So basically in prototype, a prototype of a constructor functions that store shared methods and properties. But on the other hand, proto is a property of objects that points to the constructor's prototype. If you understand that, you will have unlocked one of the most powerful features of JavaScript. So thanks for watching. If this video helped you understand prototype and proto, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more JavaScript deep dives and share it with your developer friends. Drop comment below if you want me to cover the prototype chain with diagram in future video. Thanks for watching.